Facial oil is an amazing product to add to your skincare routine, especially if your skin is menopausal and feeling dry and looking dull. Because it will not only nourish and hydrate your skin, but it will also boost your radiance. And in this video, I'm going to show you 5 different ways you can add an oil into your wider beauty routine so that you can get the full benefits of this amazing product. And by the way, that's using the same oil. You don't need to buy a different one for each different use. I'm BB, a qualified facialist specialising in facial massage, a lifelong skincare enthusiast and a woman over 50. Stay watching and let me help you rediscover your glow, whatever your age. I discovered facial oil over 10 years ago. I was working in an overheated environment that was making my skin look dry and feel tight. And I wanted something that I could put onto my skin throughout the day, but on top of my makeup without messing it up. A cream would have needed rubbing in and a spray just wouldn't have been nourishing enough. So I tried facial oil. And all these years later, I still use it in exactly the same way. I will take a few drops of oil and rub it with both hands and then press it onto my face, particularly at the tops of my cheeks here, where fine lines from dehydration can be really noticeable. It doesn't mess with my makeup and immediately soothes my skin so it looks and feels less dehydrated. And you can see it provides a glowy finish too. So that's the first way that you can use facial oil for glowing skin. When I started to use facial oil like this, I saw just how hydrated and nourished my skin was, and I knew I needed to add it as a regular step into my daily skincare routine. And it's become a step I never miss. So the second way to use a facial oil is by adding it into your existing skincare routine. The way I use it is that after cleansing my face, I'll use a serum, vitamin C in the morning, retinol in the evening, followed by my eye products. Then once they have been absorbed, I'll spritz with a moisturising spray and massage in a few drops of oil. Now, you don't need a moisturising spray, but I really like the feeling of it on my skin, and it does offer a little boost of additional moisture. I'll then finish with a moisturiser, and I use the same one morning and evening. That additional step of adding oil into your routine probably adds less than a minute, but the boost to your skin will be really, really noticeable. Now, that's how most people will be using a facial oil. And that's great. But why stop there? If you're seeing the difference a facial oil is making to your skin, where else could you benefit from its amazing glow boosting properties? A third way to use a facial oil is in with your makeup. Now, there is a lot of information out there telling us that as we get older, our makeup style needs to change, which I totally agree with. And how heavy foundation is just aging us, and having a dull, flat base on our face just looks, well, dull. The dilemma though is if you use a foundation, you get the coverage. And whilst a lighter, more glowy skin tint can really look lovely, it doesn't always stay the course throughout the day or provide enough base for your other makeup. I do have a lighter skin tint type base that I sometimes use, but on those days, I tend not to wear eye makeup, and particularly mascara, because I know it will smudge, even if I dab some powder around my eyes. Now, I know I could use a waterproof one, I just find that will dry out my eyelashes, so I prefer not to. And rather than have a lot of different products, how about adapting your existing foundation with a little facial oil? I get my existing foundation and I use that around my eyes, so I've got a good base for my eye makeup. I will add a little powder on top so I know my mascara won't smudge and the eyeshadow will last all day. Then I take a little of the same foundation and add a drop of facial oil. I'll blend that and then apply it. The genius of this is that I get a dewy look, but with better coverage than if I was just using a light skin tint. And I've got the same colour all over my face. If I do want to build up a bit more coverage, say to cover the redness on my cheeks, then it's not going to look heavy either. But if you feel it's looking a bit too glowy, dab a little bit of powder in those places. And that lovely glow is your skin benefiting from the hydrating effect of the oil. Okay, the fourth way of using an oil in your beauty routine is not on your face. So I do a lot of cooking, and as a result, I am always washing my hands, which can make them really dry, especially between the fingers here. So when I've finished clearing up, I will add a few drops of oil into my hand cream. The combination of oil and cream makes a real difference to give a big boost of hydration, but still absorbs really well. Massaging it a little into my nails is going to help them too. You can do this with a body lotion too. So if your skin on your legs, say, has got quite dry and flaky, add some oil into your lotion and that will hydrate your skin much quicker. Honestly, no matter how good the body lotion or hand cream, adding a few drops of oil will really enhance the moisture it delivers. So the final one, number 5 on my list of ways to use a facial oil, is naturally going to be facial massage, because I am a facialist who specialises in lymphatic drainage and also lifting and sculpting techniques. But you can do a quick facial massage using some oil and your hands on yourself at any time. The best way to start is to clean your face and pat it dry. Then with a few drops of oil, warm it between clean hands and press it onto your skin. Start with small circular movements, using your fingertips with not too much pressure. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being a feather-like touch and 10 being a hard press, you want about a 4. It doesn't matter where you start on your face, but work from the centre out. And depending on how much time you have, you might do that once all over your face or maybe a few times. Then use longer strokes with all your fingers to smooth your skin out to the edges of your face. Again, you can do that once all over or a few times. Then from the sides of your ears, use the same longer strokes down the sides of your neck and continue to each side of the neck, alternating from side to side. This is great for stimulating and softening your skin and really helping the skin to benefit from all the nourishing and hydrating effects of the oil. Your face will probably look a little red afterwards though. Now, when you finish, you can leave the oil on your skin. You've only used a few drops, so it should be glowing rather than oily. Or you can wipe it with a damp cotton pad or flannel with warm water. It won't take away the benefits of the oil because your skin will already have absorbed most of it. Finish with a little moisturiser and SPF if you're going outside. If you like the idea of trying a lifting and sculpting facial massage that will help to define your contours and brighten your complexion, then I have a step-by-step guide for you to try next week. So don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications, and then you'll know when that one's live. And when it is, I'll add it with a link in the description below. So as you see, facial oil can be used in many ways, and even just adding it as a step in your daily skincare routine is a great place to start. But how do you go about picking the right one for your skin when there are so many to choose from? Watch this video next with my 3 tips for choosing a facial oil, and where I also share the 5 oils that I have actually tried and which one I now buy on repeat.